Yeah, go on, Saurav.
Yeah. So hello guys, this is Saurav from Coding Community, and in today's session we'll get started with open source contribution and Hacktoberfest. What is Coding Community? So in Coding Community we share resources and roadmaps to learn different technologies, and we organize events to learn these technologies. Okay, so now the people who haven't joined the Coding Community will be sharing the links in the comments below. And today in today's session we have Praveen with us, who have about 20 plus years of experience in the
Hey,
field of
not
open
20
source.
and all. I'll take care after this. So
Okay.
I'm just a JavaScript specialist. So I don't know whether you have heard my introduction. So let me tell that again.
Okay.
So I'm Praveen
Yeah.
Kumar. I'm originally from Chennai, India. Currently living and working in the UK for one of the top two banks in the UK. And I'm a full stack JavaScript specialist specializing on React and Node.js. And I'm an open source mentor. I'm a career coach. If you want to come and work in the UK, you can ask me for any guidance or something like that. Studying in the UK, anything related to UK, you can ask me. Anything related to open source, you can ask me. I have been working with open source field for the past maybe 5 or 6 years, you can say. And from the day I know what Git and GitHub are, and we will be looking into the buzz about Hacktoberfest, what exactly we'll be doing in Hacktoberfest, how you can get the most out of Hacktoberfest, learning, getting swags, and whatnot. A lot of learning things are there. And Saurav, tell me about your community.
Yeah. So like I have already explained that our the coding community is all about to learn different technologies. We share resources and roadmaps to learn these technologies, and also we organize events on these.
So how are we going to
And
do today's live stream? So what? Let it be
first we
completely like
get
an
started.
interactive.
Yeah.
Let it be
Sure.
completely
So like
interactive, and I want you to ask questions, and I want you all who are in the chat to ask questions for some exciting goodies as well. So there is something that is super cool that's going to happen. So please go ahead, ask your questions about Hacktoberfest, open source, or whatever you want to talk, like you want me to talk about. And we can definitely talk about a lot of things. And I hope the voice and video is clear now. So go ahead and yeah, share it with everyone, and now it's going to be awesome. Go on, Saurav. How will we start
so
with this?
yeah, first we start with how to get started with open source contribution, the Git and GitHub thing. Most of the members in the community are beginner. We'll be starting from the basic.
Excellent. So for those
Yeah.
beginners who have got, okay, how many of you do not know what exactly open source is? Go ahead, tell it in the chat. If you know something, just give a one line introduction about it. If you don't know, you just put a no, I don't know, or something like that. So that will be great, so that I can clearly give you an idea about what exactly open source means in your in a storytelling way. Okay, how many of you want a story? And bring all your friends as well. And for an extra surprise, take a full screen screenshot and then put it on your socials, tag us, and then you will be up for an extra surprise as well. Okay, so go on. So let's hear it from the community, what you know about open source. Okay, so we already have got a lot of questions already. So let's start with the first question: how to understand open source project? See, there is no difference between an open source project and a normal project, Siddharth. And it would be a normal project itself, and the only difference will be is like the code will be available for public to use, and then you can modify or share or something like that. So Siddharth says, like, we know about language syntax and we are able to solve coding questions as well, but not to make projects from this. See, you are not going to create a complete project from the scratch, right? You'll be doing something from the basics, something like that, right? So that way, what happens is you will start with already existing projects. You might be able to fix a couple of features or a couple of things on the code. That is how open source community works. So open source is about helping each other, and that's exactly how the whole thing works, whole process works. It is not about how should I say, um, definitely it's not about creating a complete project immediately overnight, but it's about fixing the project or like helping the project grow in a bigger level or something like that. That is what is the project about. Hermina says what is excluded project in Hacktoberfest. For example, in Hacktoberfest, so if you just go ahead and create a pull request, that gets counted into Hacktoberfest projects. But in that case, not every project will be eligible for the Hacktoberfest rules and regulations and other things. So for those projects that are excluded by Hacktoberfest, you still can go ahead and contribute to it. Unfortunately, it won't be counted towards your Hacktoberfest experience. So you need to have 4 pull requests, etc. So for that one, you won't be eligible for your project, or your contribution will not be eligible for that particular project. So that is the meaning about why the project is excluded from Hacktoberfest. So that could be because the repository accepts literally every single pull request, or maybe the pull requests are not worth the whole stuff. That is the thing. So that's about the excluded projects in Hacktoberfest. And just make sure that you don't get any invalid pull requests, because if you get more than 2 invalid pull requests or just 2 invalid pull requests, you will be banned for your entire life from Hacktoberfest. So be careful about that. So what next we should be talking about? Right. So let's go with a story about what is your understanding about open source projects. Okay. So first thing is, let's say we have Saurav here, who is already a brilliant student who is in the first bencher, and I'm in his same class. I'm in the last bench, and there are like other people who are there, and we are getting a homework today, and Saurav was the first person, being the over brilliant, over enthusiastic kid in the class. He finishes it and he gets a mark of 80%, and then he distributes everything to the whole class. Don't do it again. Okay. And in that case, what happens is all the students who are copying from Saurav, they are also getting 80%. Even I'm getting it. But me being me, I just checked the homework. There were like a lot of things that can be made better. There is a lot of mistakes in the homework. So what I'm doing is I'm rectifying all the mistakes, and then I'm getting 87 marks. He got 80 marks. Others were getting 80 marks. I got 87 marks. Being a good person, I go to Saurav and say, hey, bro, look at this. All these answers are actually wrong. Go check, make sure you make it in a better way. And then Saurav, being a more brillianter than me, what he does is he makes it better and he gets 90 marks. Now, what is the scenario? Saurav gets 90 marks. He shares everything to everyone, and all the others get 80 marks. And I got 87 marks, and I in turn share my findings to Saurav. Saurav gets even more marks, 90 marks. So this way, everyone is getting benefited. Like in this scenario, this is actually called as the open source scenario. In this scenario, Saurav, we will call you as Microsoft, and the homework that you share to everyone is Visual Studio Code. I bet that everyone has been using Visual Studio Code, Atom, or brackets in your life. So they are all open source products. And me being an over enthusiastic developer, I find some problems in the VS Code IDE. So I tell Microsoft that technically what I'm doing is I'm just taking a Xerox copy of their work, and then in my copy, I'm just doing everything, all the changes, because I'm the owner of my copy. So I'm just changing all the code, making it better. And then I'm telling Microsoft that, hey, these things I have actually changed, and this is becoming better now. It is a better product. Would you like to, I would request you to pull my changes to your code. That is called as pull request. And once the pull request gets merged into their code, and when they release it, that's when the whole thing is happening. Now you are able to understand how the project, repository, pull request, merging, all these things works, right? So let's go with other questions. By the way, how was the story?
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. It looks like DSA has been excluded from Hacktoberfest. Well, DSA has been excluded from my life as well. So there are a lot of projects that are very simple repositories. They are indeed excluded from Hacktoberfest, because they should be like at least giving a basic idea of like how things should be working or something like that. So it should be like a good amount of effort should be made in creating the project or the pull request. So for that reason, there could be a lot of projects that could be excluded from Hacktoberfest. And it's up to you. Like I would say, Amarjeet, go ahead and go for contributing in DSA projects. Everyone, the thing is, you will learn a lot in that say, and in that case, what happens is your contribution graph will always be higher, good, or nice, and then. Ramona, DSA means data structures and algorithm. It is very common in India, and a lot of companies are actually taking the exams like just for interview clearing purposes. A lot of people are employing DSA for it. Okay, so coming back to the answer, so go ahead and even if it is a DSA project, just go ahead and contribute so that it is going to be helping you to make things stronger for yourself. That's all I would say. And I'm a pure hater of DSA because DSA doesn't get into my head. That's the real reason. And coming back to what is happening, so that's about the whole process, and we can have a quick look at how the whole process is made, and I will also give you some nice repositories to start with, and that would be a good start to go for. So how does that sound?
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
Like, should we start?
Yeah, we can. So let me share my screen, and I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So this is my website. So I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer. So what is a full stack developer who doesn't have a website with them? So here's my website. This looks like this, and boom. So what I would like you all to do is try to create something similar to what I have done. So this is a simple website that has got, hi, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm a full stack developer. I'm a front end enthusiast. I'm a cat lover, cook, web developer, evangelist, etc. And here are the ways you can actually go and stalk me on the online platforms. And here's my YouTube. That is where you are actually looking at this thing as well. So if you actually go ahead and open the YouTube channel, you'll be able to see that we are live here. So I could see all the comments here, and hey, here we have Chirag and other ones as well. Cool. So now what I would like you to do is create something very simple like this, and then here is a small introduction about me and all the things that are very really needed. Only those details are here. So make sure that you're giving only those details here. And for example, I don't need to give my birth year, and all the phone number and email are just like, see, that's just like here, like you just need to click to reveal it. So it is not immediately visible. So that's something like that. And if you click on the view profile and my thing, you can go to my LinkedIn profile, and don't forget, just go and hit me on LinkedIn so that I can guide you in terms of in case if you need something or something like that. And in case most of the people who do not have experience, just skip this section, create an education section. What did I do here? I just copied everything from my university brochure. So that's easier, right? So, and all these numbers are made up numbers. And then next comes the portfolio. Portfolio is something super cool because like every time when you do something new, go ahead and try to put that in your LinkedIn and other places. Because for example, this particular thing I created like 11 years ago, and this is something I created 10 years ago, and this is something I created 9 years ago. So if you compare all these things with the latest ones that I did, it looks really cool. So you can see how you have improved over time, and this actually shows your potential employer what you are good at. So that is something which I would like to say. And then if I do understand that not everyone is as comfortable as me to come to the stage with the camera open and talk about something, but in case if you learn something new, go ahead and try to tell this thing to others by in written communication mode. For example, you will be able, you could do something like a blog, write a blog. There are like so many blogging platforms where you will be able to share your stuff in writing. This will not only help you understand what you are good at, it will also make you good with your written communication skills, which is very, very important in your life, in your career. This is what people talk behind my back, and here's something that you can use to talk behind my back. So that's about my website, and I would like every one of you to do something simple like this, and But without further delay, let's go to Git and GitHub. So this is my GitHub profile, and this is how it looks like. There is a readme file that you can modify to make it like this, and then you have the top repositories here. This is the Hacktoberfest project ideas repository, where you can test out things to try working on this. And it is not a part of Hacktoberfest, but you can actually try working out on these things to see how you can work on Hacktoberfest. And before anything, I have also got this nice website which I created, where it tells everything about Hacktoberfest. So let's have a quick look at this website. So what it has is like it has all these what is Hacktoberfest about, what exactly we have to do if you are completely open to the new to the open source world, what all things that you need to do, what are all the steps to start with. You just need to first start with registering in the official Hacktoberfest website. Then there are like your Hacktoberfest profiles. Let me check my profile as well, and see what is there in this. So hacktoberfest.com goes to this page, and then it you just need to create your account and stuff like that. So I've got like 10 in progress, because I've been working on a lot of different things there. I have written a lot of I have done a lot of pull requests. All you need to do is just create 4 pull requests, and you'll be getting these things. So don't do it for the swags, but please do it for what you want to earn or like learn kind of a thing. But in the process, you'll be getting this t-shirt. This was like 2019 t-shirt. This is 2020 t-shirt. For those people who are looking for the white color t-shirt, there is also white color t-shirt. This is 2017 t-shirt. This is 18 t-shirt. So a lot of things are going on. 2021 t-shirt is not yet out. So this is a 2015 t-shirt, I guess. And we have got all these kind of different stickers. How many of you like stickers here? So there are like so many things that's going on here. So those are the t-shirts and stickers that you would get. These are the different Hacktoberfest stickers and t-shirts. The last one, this one looks like it is 2021's one, but I still can't believe how this particular t-shirt is out already. So we'll just wait. We just need to wait for knowing what is happening right now. So let's leave that way. And finally, coming to this one. So let me quickly go check out the chat messages. Story was great and easy to understand. Thank you. What is the essay? Data structures and algorithms. Sounds awesome. Hey, we have Sauro here as well as in the chat. Ramona is here. I'm at 9 in progress. Wow, that's awesome, Siddharth. Yeah, Siddharth, I do understand that some people have plastic body laptop. What you can do is you can put a small cover on top of it and add the sticker, so that you can every year you can actually change the cover with different set of stickers, which is a cool idea. Project discluded. There is nothing called as project discluded. It could be project excluded. Hey Pranay, if the project is excluded, then it means it is not a valid project. So that those contributions that you do on that project will not be counted towards Hacktoberfest, but you will be learning a lot in that project. So something like that, I would say. And okay, so let's continue on what we will be doing here today. So with the rest of the projects and stuff like that. So right now I have got these projects, right? So this is an excluded project. So I'll try to explain that here soon. So let's do that. I'm just going to edit this, make it an excluded project there, so that people will know that they won't be like trying to ask, why is this not working or something like that. So excluded project. So I really wanted to do these 2 projects, but unfortunately I did not get the time or chance to work on this. So that is another problem. Add the excluded project. Use it only for test, something like that. Use it only for testing purposes. Okay, something like that I have given. So let's copy this whole thing I understand that some people in India, they are not able to access my website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to codesandbox.io and then create a new HTML5 website, and then add the same code here, and then make sure that I give this link to everyone in case if this is not working. So all I need to do one more thing is there's only one more thing I need to do. Body iframe. Important VH important and V0 important. Okay. So if I save this one, I could get this site again here. So updated website as here, and then I'm just committing it here. So I'm just gonna give this link of this website to everyone so that you're able to see this. This is the alternate website. And here's the original website. So let me first send it to everyone. So here are the projects that I am working with. And here's the alternate website in case if you are not able to access it. So Anonymous, you have got a couple of repositories here. There are like so many list of repositories that are possible for you to contribute to, and feel free to contribute to them. That will actually get you a good chance of like getting into know about what open source is and everything. Okay, so I have clearly written this project is going to be an excluded project here. So let's refresh this page and see if that actually works. Yes. So this says excluded project, use it only for testing purposes and other things. Cool. So any other questions with respect to Hacktoberfest and other things? How to look for the right project? So when you see in this page, I have given this particular thing. After registration, keep a check on your Hacktoberfest profile and then start contributing on the repositories that are participating in the Hacktoberfest program. You can see all the repositories that have Hacktoberfest topic, they are all participating. So if you go here, you will be able to find out which are all the repositories that are participating here. So this is a good start with working on which projects are working here. Here you will be able to see all these things, and here you can also filter them by language as well. For example, if you want to work on JavaScript project or Python project or PHP project or C++ project, you can use them. So clicking on JavaScript project, you'll be getting all the projects that are related to JavaScript, and all these things are JavaScript related projects. So React, etc. Everything is here. So you can go ahead and find out which one will be the best project for you to start with. Okay. So this site is github.com/Hacktoberfest topics is here. Okay. So any other questions that you might have related to the program or something like that? So what we need to do or anything in that sense? Okay. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, and I'm also giving you my LinkedIn ID. So please go ahead and connect with me on LinkedIn. So here's my stuff, and there is another question from Ramona. I just recently became a QA engineer, and this is my third Hacktoberfest. Nice. And I worked on front-end repos. Now I'm looking for repos focused on QA and testing. I don't think there is anything that is focused on QA and testing, but there are a lot of repositories that will have QA in it and something like that. There is no good way to find these type of repos because most of the enterprise repositories will have their test suites written in them. So check them out and try to find out something. So Siddharth, in case if you are not able to find a beginner friendly C++ projects, try to create one project on your own and then try to contribute to it. There are a lot of open source programs right now that are going on, which you can actually make use of. So for example, if you are in the topic of like Girl Script, um, Wintroff contributing or something like that. I guess it's gwoc.girlscript.tech. So this is actually going on right now, and it is accepting all these things, and it is also Hacktoberfest related stuff. So this is one of the best places to start with and stuff like that. And that is something which I would like to say. And apart from this, oh, there was a question by Prathamesh, and it has been deleted. All right. Ramona, coming back to your question again. So what I would suggest is just check for any enterprise level projects, and there will be definitely one or two that you can easily go ahead and contribute, which contains unit testing or something like that. Search for something like Jest or Jasmine or Cypress or something like that, because they are the testing suites, and using that you can actually work on. Okay, see, we have got a great chance of like pairing up with people as well. So Ramona, you can pair up with Siddharth Sethi as well. So both of you can work on C++. Great one. Nice. That's awesome, Siddharth. See, look, already you are also getting a superb stuff by saying like you're starting the web development last month, and because of Hacktoberfest, you are getting into web development as well. Cool one. Awesome. Yes, Pranay. Unfortunately, GWOC, the thing is like closed right now, I believe. And it's all about coming first in this one. So, but it's all right. You can still go ahead and contribute on these things. But if you look at the Girl Script repository, you would be having like super huge number of pull requests, more than 495 open pull requests, and the number of closed pull requests are like 2,300-ish. So it's like it's going like so crazy, and all these things contain DSA and algorithms as well. And this is also into Hacktoberfest. So yeah, you can make use of it in case if you just want to go ahead and contribute, not as a part of GWOC. If you generally want to contribute, I guess you can do it. I believe. I'm not sure. You have to check it with the people. I'll check with the team and I'll let you know. I'm a supervisor here, so I can try asking these questions to them. Then we have got, what else do we have got? So Hacktoberfest repositories, this is about me, you don't need to do. Okay, cool. So that's exactly about Hacktoberfest. So what next shall we do? So I guess this is the most smallest, like very, very short duration example, or like a live stream that explains about the Hacktoberfest, etc. Now, so looking at other questions from SATs, what are you doing for Hacktoberfest personally? I have got a couple of different repositories. So what am I doing? So it is here. These are the repositories that I'm currently hosting right now. So there is Hacktoberfest project ideas, which was 2020 project. I'm not it's an excluded project, so it could be used only for testing purposes. There is this internship LMS frontend, which is I'm trying to work on. So I just made it open source. A lot of people can actually work on MERNstack, certificate generator UI, and creative and simple landing pages. These two projects are basically creativity related, and it is user interface based. So HTML5 and CSS3 and a bit of JavaScript, client-side JavaScript, so people can actually work on it. I was actually planning to do this, but I don't have much time to work on this. So I'm just leaving it for another huge thing called Anyone Can Code, which I'm starting in a few days. And that will have the JSON to CV or resume builder and JSON to web portfolio builder. I really wanted to get this thing into Hacktoberfest, but looking at my time schedule, I don't think it will work out. And not only that, apart from these things, once I'm getting to, I'm planning to opt for the plant in case if I get the option, like if I win the Hacktoberfest in the top 55,000. If not, there are like 4 different types of saplings I have planted in my backyard. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Let it be for Hacktoberfest or for the earth. This is what I'm doing right now. So Prathamesh, let's go through how it works. If Hacktoberfest topic projects are participating, this way anyone can create their own repo with Hacktoberfest topic and contribute to it. Actually, that works, but there is this 14-day maturity period for every single PR that has been raised under the Hacktoberfest projects. And in that things, if they are finding that the project is not actually up to the standards, they will reject that PR. As simple as that. So just make sure you don't do those kind of things. In case just to get the 4 PRs done, don't do that kind of a work. So Ramona and Siddharth are having a great conversation. Go for it. Make sure you both trying with that. So Siddharth, you can learn something related to QA and testing from Ramona, and Ramona and Siddharth, you both can work on C and C++. Hey, Rohan is here. Let's fire him. So I hope I have almost answered all the questions related to the Hacktoberfest part.
Praveen, I have a question.
Yes, go on.
Actually, most of the people are like completing their 4 pull requests, and after that they are stop contributing to OpenOffice. Like, what are your thoughts upon this?
Okay, one thing to scare you all, not all those 4 requests may be approved at the end of the Hacktoberfest, right? So keep contributing to act as much as possible you can. And secondly, don't just do it for the swags of Hacktoberfest. Then there is no point about, like it should be something like you want to help others, and then that's how it should be, right? So don't just do it for the sake of doing it for the Hacktoberfest. And secondly, if you keep on working on new open source projects and keep on contributing it, how many of you know about Google Summer of Code and other things? They will be looking at your GitHub contribution list, and there are like so many opportunities for learning, for earning, etc. And then if you are if now what you would do, you just put 4 pull requests and get away, right? Yes, you will get 1 t-shirt, and then you will be happy with that 1 t-shirt, a couple of stickers. But if you continue doing a lot of pull requests and a lot of things in the open source world, what happens is you will be able to look at a lot of better things. Like, for example, you will be able to like attract a lot of companies, and the companies will be seeing like, okay, Praveen, you have been working on React.js. We are looking for a person who is working on React.js and stuff like that, and we would like to hire you. And you will also get some kind of like a job opportunity as well. And think about people who are, so in India, I don't know how much good penetration GitHub has done in the startups wise, but in the Western countries like UK and Europe and USA, Americas, Canada, etc. So all these Western countries, they all look at your GitHub contribution and all these things, and looking at that, they will definitely come and ask you for any kind of like, okay, why don't you join our team? We'll pay like what, 1 lakh per month or something like that, starting from that. Because obviously here the purchase power parity and the salary for developers are way much higher than what it is in India, right? So think about those kind of good things. So don't stop it at the 4 pull requests that you have done. Something like that will actually, so this is my answer for it. Okay, look at Siddharth. He has got the worst experience, I believe. So he made like 25 PRs, and then he got his 16 PRs excluded because of the repositories might be like a low quality repository or something like that, or maybe the repository owner has asked the Hacktoberfest team to exclude from Hacktoberfest or something like that. So it happens. So there is also Pranshu who can also join your project, Ramona, for C and C++ and web development as well. Super cool. That's great. Great. Rohan is like, he has been doing a lot of things these days, and he's just check out his portfolio. And I'm not sure whatever he has given, like all those small videos he used to post on WhatsApp. I don't know whether it is available somewhere else. They are all superbly awesome. So definitely go find out Rohan's profiles and try to stalk him, try to get him work for you or something like that. Yeah, in case if you want, you can also pay him. Rohan, okay, wow. You gave 10 rupees, I spoke everything. Speak to Rohan via LinkedIn. Right. Need a good C++ project idea. That's actually a good question. Yeah, anyone who have a good C++ project idea, go ahead and put it on the chat messages. So anything else, Saurav? Shall we go for a small demo? on the complete
Yeah, sure.
workflow of
Like before
projects.
that, we have a like project of front-end development of our community. So like if like folks can contribute to that, I'll be sharing the link.
Go on, share the link with the whole world.
Yeah.
I'll also be okay. What I can do is now I would do this project, so I can try contributing to this project, and he can actually tell what would be the best way to contribute as well. Okay, will that be a good demo for now?
Yeah,
Demo idea.
sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Rohan, please share your LinkedIn. You are becoming popular, man. You are becoming popular than me. So go ahead, share your LinkedIn, and make sure you are more popular than everyone here. So I'm sharing my screen once again, and let's go ahead. And I'm just gonna go to this guy's sorry, what is this one? Oh wow, so many huge thing. So this is Saurav's repository, and I guess it's code in repository, I believe, right? And this has got a lot of things. So what am I supposed to do, Saurav? So before Saurav, you don't say anything at all. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look at this website and then with this repository and try to understand what exactly I need to do. So this is a Hacktoberfest accepted repository, and this is an open source library website where you get different topics to learn. So many things are there. So the output, I believe, is here. So let's see how it looks. Wow, this actually looks good. The starting thing looks good. Okay, I kind of think that there are a lot of things that can be done for in terms of the fonts and CSS kind of a thing. Let's see if this particular website is responsive. It is responsive. Okay, so the first thing that I would do with this kind of a website or something like that is go look at what are all the issues that are available in this particular thing. Contact us should be a hamburger menu. Feature add dark mode to the repository, and I could see that no one has actually picked it up as well. Okay, I can handle this improvement. Could you assign this one for me? So there is already another person who have asked for it. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try finding out something that I can work on. So is there anything that we can do it quickly here? The latest blogs, I don't think it is working. Okay, FAQ page, refund policy, copyright. These things are very, 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 very dull kind of a thing. So what I'm going to do is maybe I could kind of like revamp the footer. Oh, wait, there is some issues with the sign up thing. So subscribe to newsletter or sign up. So I'm just going to raise an issue on that thing. There is a bug report. And here we have got what exactly is the problem. Subscribe to our newsletter. Subscribe to our newsletter. UI needs fixing. On the main page.
Hello, Praveen. Live stream got ended.
Live stream got ended.
Yeah.
No way. No.
No. Video is not visible.
Please refresh. It's still on. It says excellent connection. No idea why it is saying. Yeah, it is still on. It says. No, it works for me. It's still. Yeah. Everything is going fine. It's a couple of people who are experiencing. Yeah. It could be a couple of people who were experiencing problem. So yes, yeah, we are still on this. Okay, so on the main page at the bottom of the screen, I could see the whatever this one is. So what is this? Subscribe to our newsletter. So I'm just going to copy this one. Subscribe to our newsletter. Section has some issues with the padding. Okay, so expected behavior. padding should be there. Yeah, this is the actual behavior. Reproduction steps, what we can do is, this is the reproduction steps literally. So at the bottom of the screen, yeah, that's fine. Have you spent some time? If this issue has been raised before, let's have a quick look. Anything related to that, scroll to bottom. Contact form is not centralized. Page input fields, I don't think there is anything that is actually there. So yes, and then I'm submitting a new issue. So Saurav Mukherjee, please assign this to me. So once I comment this one, Saurav will be able to assign this to me. And now what I'm going to do is, the first thing that I will be working on is, I'll go to the code, take a backup of the code, like fork this code. I already forked. Okay, great. Looks like I have already forked. So first thing is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to fetch and merge the upstream so that it is the latest one. So these two things are with the latest code. And what I will be doing here is, I'll try to make this thing work on my computer first. So by looking at if there is anything that I can do. So if I do anything like this, this is actually becoming so bad. Okay, look at these things. It is also not kind of a responsive thing. So we can also include that too. I will just change this one again. So make sure you don't assign people who are not don't pick up the issues in case if you are not actually going for, in case if it is assigned to someone else. There are some responsiveness issues as well. Okay, so these are the two issues that I'm actually giving this one. So padding should be there, the height should be fixed or something like that. Okay, so now Saurav has actually assigned to me. Once assigned, I should go ahead and start working. First thing I need to know is how I will be fixing this one. So I have got these things, this one. So if I see this, the height is given in a responsive way. That should not be the problem. This is the problem exactly, to be honest, in the style.css line number 1522. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the style.css file here. So this is exactly in assets, css, style.css. So I go to assets. Make sure that you are looking at the application that you are working on here. Okay, assets, css, style.css. And one more thing, this contact us CSS should not have any kind of spaces in them. So there are like so many issues in that way. So now if I go to the line number 1522, which could be a lot longer to check. Okay, we are here. So this is the 1522. Okay, this is not the line. Hash subscribe. So this is here. So what are we going to do here is, I need to edit this. Wait, am I in the editing page, or I did not click on the edit button? Damn, I did not click on the edit button. So I'll go click the edit button, and then now I need to go to 1522. Okay, that's bad. I still need to go 1527. Okay, so here it says 5VH, right? So now if I remove this and put as 50px, or maybe 25px, no, that would be very small. 35px. Generally, people will not put a height for these kind of things, but still we can just go ahead and put it for now to explain you how this thing works. So 35px. This is one change that I need to do. Width might also get into trouble. But anyway, so let's think of the width later. And then we have this input thing, which has the 5VH as well. So this label is in line number 1536, which is here. Again, this 5VH can be changed into height 35px. So if I make this height into 35px, just make sure that what you are doing it is perfect or correct or something like that. And I believe you should also give some width to this. So let's give a padding of 5 pixels. or maybe 10, 15, 15 might be too much. Let's make it as 10 pixels so that it kind of looks better in all the sizes. So even if you're in the smaller screen, if you're in the larger screen, it looks better. So what we'll do is we'll also add the padding 10 pixels here for the label. And now what we are going to do is this whole thing looks perfectly fine. It is actually aligning with this button as well. Now I'm going to take a small screenshot of what exactly this shows here. And then let's go back to this. I need to clearly give the fix what I did. Fix the padding for subscribe email. So something like this I'm doing. So I'm just creating a new branch here. Fix padding sub on home, something like this. So I'm proposing the new change. So once I do this, here's how it looks now. And I can also show them how it was looking before. So if I edit this one, I can find these two things. Comparing to originally, it was looking previous version was looking like this. So if I add this one, if you look at this one, you can see this is the fix I made. This was the error, or like this was the mistake. It was like this. So I'm going ahead and creating the pull request. So I can put a small dash so that you can clearly see that this is previous. And then I have changed these two lines, which I'm feeling fine. And then this is what is the thing. So if you go here to the bug report, it is number 338. So this PR fixes hash 3388. So something like that I can do. Now if I do this way, preview, so it looks like this. Base should be really not this base. So what I should be doing here is this pull request. Okay, wait. So this is not the right place. I'm creating a pull request. So what I'm doing here is I need to create a pull request here. So now if you see the original website, this is Saurav's website, sorry, Saurav's repository has got recent pushes 2 minutes ago, compare and pull request. Now if I do this, everything seems to be fine. I'm pasting all these things here. I'm allowing the edit by the maintainer, and make sure this is the one thing that you need to make sure. So if I kind of like do 388 bug report, that fixes this one. So if you click on the preview, this PR fixes this thing, and you can see what exactly it has fixed. So all these things are having a good thing. So Saurav, are you happy with this?
Yeah, it's perfect now.
So I'm just clicking on the create pull request. Once I click on create pull request, this becomes like this. And then I won't be able to click on the merge request because this particular repository is not managed by me. It is managed by Saurav. So I just need to wait for it, or else I can even call him Saurav and Saurav, please do something. Okay, already he did it.
Yeah,
he's such an awesome
done.
person. And then now you can either delete the branch or remove the website, or like remove the repository from yours. But I would just leave it to you. So since I have added this one, it is a linked pull request, and merging that, it has also closed the pull request as well. And now once the whole website is deployed once again, so you can actually look at this one, merge pull request from 389. That is my pull request. I opened it and it says a tick. So which means this website is now updated. So if I simply refresh this page, okay, it's already updated. Okay, so all my local changes are here for everyone to look at. So this is a simple way of understanding and trying to fix something in the Hacktoberfest world, or like in the open source world. You just need to make sure that whatever you're doing is actually in terms with like like, so Saurav, would you like to send all those links in the chat as well? So let's have a quick look at other things. So anonymous, yes, that is completely fine to create another project at this point of time. Don't worry about what has happened, like it's already late or something like that. Don't worry about those things. It is completely fine. Anytime is a good time to start with. The video is not ended actually. Just refresh the page. We actually lost a lot of people in the meantime, so sorry about that. Yeah, so yeah, it is streaming again. It is going on fine. Thank you so much, Prathamesh. And yes, any other things that we need to discuss, or is that all? Saurav, you back? You're on mute.
Yeah. Okay. So like any other questions from you guys?
Okay, any other questions? We can take it up. If there is any other questions, we can talk, or else maybe we can quickly look into the chat messages, and in case if there is anything, we can have a look at it, and then we will go ahead. So can I make a project this time? Yes is the answer. Prathamesh, you're welcome. Ramona, yes, you have to start your work. Go ahead. And we are also finishing it. And yeah, I hope everyone is done with their questions. Anything else, Saurav? I guess we can happily end the session now.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for joining the session. Hope you enjoyed the session and learned something from it. So yeah, join the coding community also, and I'll be sharing my LinkedIn profile also in case if you want to connect with me.
Awesome then. Have a nice day, folks, and stay home, stay safe, stay away from Corona. That is the main thing. See you all.
Bye.
Bye.